My name is Corky Carroll and I'm a surfer.
Hi, I'm Cheyne Horan, world champion surfer, and have been on the beach for over 50 years.
Cheyne Horan.
Cheyne Horan isn't just a surfer. He's an icon, a maverick, and a man whose life is truly out of this world. From his groundbreaking surfboard designs to his spiritual journey, Cheyne has always lived on his own terms. Let's explore the incredible story of a surfing legend who refused to conform. This story will inspire, intrigue, and astonish you. Cheyne Horan's journey began on August 8, 1960, in Sydney, Australia. Growing up near Bondi Beach, one of the world's most iconic surfing destinations, it seemed as if the ocean was destined to shape his life. His father, a former national speed skating champion, introduced him to the water when Cheyne was just 10 years old. What began as a hobby quickly turned into an obsession. By age 13, Cheyne had already won the Juniors Division state title, proving that his connection to the ocean was extraordinary. But surfing wasn't Cheyne's only talent. Around the same time, he was one of Australia's top skateboarders, mastering balance and flow in ways that few his age could. Skateboarding and surfing weren't just sports for him. They were extensions of his creativity, early indicators of a mind that would never be content with the ordinary. Cheyne's early success came with a hunger for more. In 1976, he turned professional at just 16 years old. His debut in the Sydney Surfabout, where he finished in the top 10, was just the beginning of a career that would redefine surfing forever.
His move, his 5'8", would have been laughed at in past years. It's the same board he rode at 4-foot Rocky Point.
Cheyne wasn't like other surfers. In the 1970s, surfing was dominated by power moves and a rigid style that rewarded aggression over finesse. But Cheyne? He brought a sense of artistry to the waves. His style was fluid, expressive, almost like a dance. Observers noted that watching him surf felt like watching a painter create a masterpiece on a moving canvas. By the late 1970s, Cheyne had become a household name in surfing. He was the youngest member of the legendary Bronzed Aussies, a group of surfers who weren't just athletes but cultural icons. Together, they promoted surfing as a professional sport and a lifestyle. Cheyne's talent on the board was undeniable, but his real superpower was his refusal to conform. While others were chasing trophies and glory, Cheyne was chasing innovation. He wanted to push the boundaries of what was possible, not just in surfing, but in life itself. Over the next decade, Cheyne became one of the most celebrated surfers in the world. He competed in the World Surf League, finishing as the runner-up 4 times, in 1978, 1979, 1981, and 1982. It's a feat that many athletes would dream of, but for Cheyne, it came with a bittersweet edge. In 1979, he came agonizingly close to winning the world title, losing to Mark Richards by just 1 heat. To some, this might have been a crushing blow, but for Cheyne, it wasn't about the titles. It was about the journey. Still, his consistent performance solidified his reputation as one of the greatest surfers of his time, even without a world championship to his name. If Cheyne Horan's style was revolutionary, his approach to equipment was downright rebellious. In the early 1980s, while the surfing world was transitioning to multi-fin boards, Cheyne stuck to his single-fin design. Why? Because he believed it offered a level of freedom and creativity that multi-fin boards couldn't replicate. But he didn't stop there. In 1985, Cheyne teamed up with Ben Lexon, the man who designed the yacht Australia 2 that won the America's Cup, to create the winged keel fin. This fin, inspired by high-tech yacht design, was meant to improve stability and speed. The surfing world was divided. Some called him a visionary, others dismissed the design as impractical. But Cheyne didn't care. For him, it wasn't about pleasing the critics. It was about exploring the limits of possibility. And while the winged keel didn't catch on widely, it remains a true reflection of Cheyne's spirit of innovation.
Also competing in the 1984 Bells contest was Sydney surfer Cheyne Horan. His board was more radical. Inspired by Australia's incredible success in winning the America's Cup, he turned to the designer of Australia 2 for guidance.
Yeah, Ben Langston designed it for me. He used to be a surfer himself. He said I should try one of these in my board, and I tried it, and it works really well. A lot of drive, and I can continually hold the power on the fin.
Cheyne Horan's influence wasn't confined to the waves. He also made his mark on the big screen, appearing in several iconic surf films that captured his artistry and philosophy. Films like Blazing Boards, 1984, Screamin' Blue, 1987, The Endless Summer 2, 1994, Billabong Odyssey, 2003, and Bra Boys, 2007, showcased his innovative style and unique approach to surfing. Through these films, Cheyne wasn't just a participant, he was a storyteller. His appearances immortalized his vision of surfing as more than a sport. It was an art form, a lifestyle, and a connection to the natural world. Whether riding waves or sharing his philosophies, Cheyne used these platforms to inspire audiences far beyond the surfing community. His role in these films solidified his place as both a cultural icon and an ambassador for the sport.
I'm looking for Cheyne Horan. You know, he was inducted into the Surfing Walk of Fame today, and this was the 360 that rocked the world when he won the OP Pro, which is the current exhibit in the museum. And I hear he's in there. Let's go find him.
By the mid-1980s, Cheyne's life took an even more unconventional turn. He became deeply immersed in spirituality, adopting practices like yoga, meditation, and vegetarianism. For him, these weren't just lifestyle choices. They were philosophies that guided his approach to surfing and life. Cheyne openly discussed his use of psychedelics during this period, claiming they expanded his creativity and helped him connect with the natural world. While his openness drew criticism, it also inspired many to see surfing as more than just a sport. To Cheyne, it was a spiritual journey, a way to harmonize with the ocean and the universe. By the late 1990s, many of Cheyne's peers had retired, but he was far from done. In 2000, at the age of 40, Cheyne proved that age was just a number. He competed in the Quicksilver World Masters Championship in France and won, defeating younger competitors with ease. It was a triumphant moment that showcased not just his skill, but also his resilience. Cheyne had weathered decades of change, controversy, and competition, yet he remained at the top of his game. Cheyne Horan's personal life has been as fascinating as his professional journey. In May 2000, shortly after winning the Quicksilver World Masters Championship, Cheyne married his longtime partner, Paulina. The couple has shared a quiet, private life, often away from the limelight. Despite being a public figure, Cheyne has always kept the details of his family life relatively low profile. While not much is known about his children or immediate family, those who know him describe him as a devoted husband and a deeply spiritual individual who values his relationships above all else. Cheyne's life hasn't been without challenges and controversies. His staunch commitment to riding single-fin boards during the rise of multi-fin designs in the 1980s was met with widespread criticism. Many in the surfing community believed his refusal to adapt cost him world titles, but for Cheyne, the principle of staying true to himself outweighed the allure of trophies. In addition to his equipment choices, his openness about experimenting with psychedelics and alternative lifestyles sparked debates. During an era when such topics were taboo, Cheyne's candidness earned him both admirers and detractors. More recently, in 2020, Cheyne found himself in the headlines due to a legal dispute over a $2 million Sydney estate. The case, involving his late aunt's will, highlighted the complexities of family relationships and the challenges that even legends can face off the waves. Despite the legal battle, Cheyne handled the situation with characteristic grace, refusing to let it define his legacy.
It's part of a social media campaign that's designed to show off Queensland to the world.
After decades of competitive surfing, Cheyne turned his attention to mentoring the next generation. He founded the Cheyne Horan School of Surf, a venture that allows him to share his expertise and philosophy with aspiring surfers.
A great style. The way that Barbie surfs is just a natural-born surfer.
Cheyne's approach to teaching isn't just about technique, it's about mindset. He emphasizes the importance of individuality, creativity, and a deep connection to the ocean. For Cheyne, surfing is as much about self-expression as it is about riding waves. His students often describe him as an inspiring and patient mentor who encourages them to find their own unique style. Cheyne's creativity extends beyond the waves. He's also an accomplished artist, using painting as another outlet for his boundless imagination. His artwork often features themes of nature, spirituality, and the ocean, reflections of the elements that have shaped his life. In addition to his artistic endeavors, Cheyne has been a passionate advocate for environmental causes. He's spoken out about the need to protect the world's oceans and has participated in initiatives promoting sustainable surfing practices. Cheyne believes that surfers have a responsibility to give back to the environment that gives them so much. Cheyne Horan's legacy isn't just about his competitive achievements, it's about his relentless drive to innovate. From his groundbreaking winged keel fin to his unorthodox surfing style, Cheyne has consistently pushed the boundaries of what's possible in surfing. His influence can be seen in the generations of surfers who followed him, many of whom credit Cheyne with inspiring them to think outside the box. Today, he's celebrated not just as a surfer, but as a pioneer who reshaped the sport and culture of surfing.
Manly's smoking, it's such a fun beach break. I've actually surfed an Australian title here, which was amazing. I got some pins here. Well, I'll show you my new design, right? My newest design is this one. It's called the wing keel, and it's got wings, and it's the Spitfire wing. Can you see that up there? Look, that's my newest fins up the top there. I sell fins out of the back of my car.
Even in his 60s, Cheyne Horan continues to live a life that's anything but ordinary. Whether he's coaching young surfers, creating art, or riding waves, Cheyne approaches everything with the same passion and curiosity that defined his career. His journey is a reminder that greatness isn't measured by titles or accolades, it's measured by the impact you leave behind. And Cheyne Horan's impact on the world of surfing is immeasurable. Cheyne Horan's life is a story of resilience, creativity, and unwavering individuality. From the beaches of Bondi to the highest levels of competitive surfing, he's lived a life that defies convention and inspires everyone who hears it. His journey isn't just about surfing, it's about embracing your passions, staying true to yourself, and never being afraid to challenge the status quo. Cheyne Horan didn't just ride waves, he created ripples that continue to shape the surfing world today. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the extraordinary life of Cheyne Horan. If you found his story as inspiring as we did, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. Let us know in the comments what part of his journey resonated with you the most. Until next time, keep riding the waves of life.
Take the glasses off to have a look. I'll just lift the stand up. I'm not as big as PT. Hey, first I just want to thank all the team for the induction today for the Surfing Walk of Fame. I want to thank John Etheridge. He's turned me onto a car this week, and I've had one of the best times I've ever had in California. It's right up there. Yeah, it was fantastic. Also, I want to thank Gary and Wendy Linden. I stayed with them last week down in Oceanside and had the best time down there and shaped a few boards down there. Gary set me up, just made it super easy, and I had a ball making the boards. I just felt right in the zone. Thanks, guys. Also, I've got a real close friend of mine here, Richie, and his son River. They've come over. I met Richie over in New York. He's from New Jersey, but he picked me up at the airport on one of my first tours around the world, and we've been mates ever since. Like, he came over to Australia, we travelled around Australia. So Richie, love seeing you here. Thanks for making the effort, mate. Also, I've got Noel here. Noel's been a big supporter of mine for a long time. We're always in contact. We're always talking board design and can't get enough of it. There's a lot of other people I'm sure I should be thanking up here, but
definitely got to thank my lovely wife. She's made this trip just fantastic. Paulina. We've got two beautiful kids, Cheyne in Atlanta. We actually named our kid Cheyne. She was watching a race one day and she thought, wow, what a great name for a race, like that race driver. She kept hearing it right through the race, around the chicane. She thought it was a race driver, so that's how we named our first kid. Surfing started for me. Firstly, I'd just like to say about Jesse. Jesse just opened so many doors for me today, mate. The doors were half closed, but they just flung right open, man. Just like the love of surfing and, you know, just opening it, the inspiration of life and stuff. And we do take a lot of stuff for granted. And we should live each moment. And like coming over here this time, I sort of feel like it almost could be my last time in America. I'm surprised I'm even here now. And it's one of those. I've been seeing a lot of friends over here. I don't know if I'll ever see you guys again. So if anyone that's been a mate or just a supporter, I'm open to say hi and give anyone a hug today. That's our day.
This is Corky Carroll, and I'm here. Corky Carroll here.
Corky Carroll isn't just a surfer. He's a pioneer, a rule breaker, and a man whose life is truly out of this world. But his story isn't just about riding waves. It's about defying limits, chasing dreams, and living life on his own terms. How did one man reshape surfing as we know it? Let's explore. Born on September 29, 1947, in Alhambra, California, Charles Corky Carroll's journey to becoming a surfing legend began early. Shortly after his birth, his family moved to Surfside, a quaint beach community nestled between Seal Beach and Huntington Beach. This coastal environment provided young Corky with immediate access to the ocean, fostering a deep connection to the sea. At the age of 8, Corky received his first surfboard, an 8'7" balsa wood longboard shaped by the renowned Dick Barrymore. This board, though hefty by today's standards, became the vessel through which Corky channeled his burgeoning passion for surfing.
Here's our skateboarder from the first half of the show, Corky Carroll.
The challenges of maneuvering such a board instilled in him strength and determination. By 11, Corky's dedication led him to compete in his first surfing contest. In 1959, he entered the inaugural West Coast Surfing Championships in Huntington Beach, competing in the junior division. Demonstrating remarkable talent, he secured third place, marking the beginning of a prolific competitive career. This early achievement not only highlighted his innate surfing abilities, but also foreshadowed his future success in the sport. Growing up in Surfside during the 1950s and 60s, Corky was immersed in a burgeoning surf culture. The community was home to several pioneering surfers, and the local beaches served as training grounds for many aspiring wave riders. This environment provided Corky with both inspiration and mentorship, further fueling his passion for surfing. These formative experiences laid the foundation for Corky Carroll's illustrious career, setting him on a path to become one of the most celebrated surfers of his generation. If you're enjoying this video, please like and subscribe to support the channel, and stay tuned for more incredible stories. But Carroll's talents extended beyond surfing. While the ocean was his playground, music was another passion that shaped his journey.
A tropical night, south end Z1L. I said, hey, senor, can you tell me where a man might want to go?
Before achieving fame as a surfer, Corky Carroll was musically inclined. At 7, his mother encouraged him to take piano lessons, instilling Anne. Although surfing became his primary passion, this musical foundation remained significant. During his high school years at Huntington Beach High, Carroll taught himself to play the guitar, further nurturing his musical interests. As his professional surfing career began to wind down in the early 1970s, he pursued music more earnestly, learning multiple instruments and performing in local bars and small concert venues around Orange County. This blend of surfing and music became a defining aspect of his multifaceted career.
You know, I made an important decision. I think it's time I gave up this surfing life. I mean, I still go to the beach just about every day. Then I just hang out, drink a light beer from Miller. Not getting filled up and grooving on life's great taste. But maybe it is time I tried to make something of myself. Time I gave all this up and went out and got a real job.
In 1963, at the age of 16, Corky Carroll's exceptional surfing talent caught the attention of Hobie Alter, a pioneer in surfboard manufacturing. Recognizing Carroll's potential, Alter offered him a sponsorship, providing $80 per week to use and promote Hobie surfboards, a significant sum for a young surfer at the time. This arrangement effectively made Carroll the world's first professional surfer, as he was among the earliest to receive financial compensation for his surfing skills. Carroll's influence extended beyond his performances on the waves. In 1965, he secured an endorsement deal with Janssen Sportswear, earning $1,500 annually.
And here the winner, Corky Carroll, collects first prize, a $1,500 negotiable surfboard from Pretty Miss Smirnoff.
This partnership led to his appearance on the back cover of almost every surfer magazine for 7 consecutive years, marking one of the earliest instances of a surfer receiving paid endorsements. In 1967, Carroll collaborated with Hobie to design the Mini model, the first production shortboard in the United States. This innovative design revolutionized surfing by introducing a more maneuverable board, influencing the evolution of modern surfboard design. At the age of 18, Carroll formalized his professional status by listing professional surfer as his occupation on his 1965 tax return, underscoring his pioneering role in the sport. Through these groundbreaking endeavors, Corky Carroll not only advanced his own career, but also paved the way for future generations of surfers, establishing a professional framework within the sport. Corky Carroll's competitive spirit and exceptional talent established him as a dominant force in surfing during the late 1960s. From 1966 to 1970, he achieved an unprecedented feat by winning 5 consecutive United States surfing championships, underscoring his consistent excellence and mastery over the sport. Beyond national success, Carroll made his mark on the international stage. He won the International Surfing Championships 3 times, proving himself as a global surfing star. In 1967, he conquered the International Big Wave Championship, showing his skill in tough conditions. The next year, he claimed victory in the World Small Wave Championship, proving his adaptability in different surf conditions. Over his career, Carroll won more than 100 contests worldwide, showing his unmatched competitive drive and passion for the sport. In 1968, readers of Surfer magazine honored Carroll by voting him Best Surfer in the World, an accolade he regards as one of his most significant achievements. This recognition reflected not only his competitive success, but also his influence and popularity within the surfing community. Carroll wasn't just a master of small waves, he was also a fearless big wave rider. He took on legendary surf spots like Waimea Bay and Pipeline in Hawaii. In 1969, he was in the water at Makaha when Greg Knoll paddled into what was then the biggest wave ever ridden. Facing massive waves and dangerous conditions, Carroll proved his skill, bravery, and dedication to the sport. Carroll's dominance during this era not only elevated his personal standing, but also contributed to the broader recognition and growth of surfing as a competitive sport. His achievements continue to inspire surfers around the world. Corky Carroll's engaging personality led to several notable television appearances. In 1964, he appeared on The Tonight Show starring Johnny Carson, where he taught Johnny to skateboard, showcasing his versatility beyond surfing. In 1967, Carroll was featured on What's My Line, attempting to stump the panel as the world's first professional surfer. These appearances not only highlighted his surfing achievements, but also introduced the sport to a broader audience, enhancing its mainstream appeal. Later, Carroll lent his voice to the character Grubby Grouper on the animated series SpongeBob SquarePants, further cementing his place in popular culture.
It's a world-famous surf from Grubby Grouper!
Later, groupies! Grubby's gotta go catch some gnarly pounders!
After retiring from competitive surfing at the age of 24, Corky Carroll channeled his creative energies into various artistic pursuits. In 1971, he released his debut album, Laid Back, marking the beginning of a prolific musical career. Over the years, Carroll produced multiple albums, collaborating with bands such as Corky Carroll and the Piranhas, and Corky Carroll and the Cool Water Casuals. His 1979 hit single, Tan Punks on Boards, achieved significant success, reflecting his deep connection to surf culture. In addition to music, Carroll ventured into writing, authoring several books on surfing that offer insights into the sports culture and his personal experiences. He also became a regular columnist for the Orange County Register, where he shared stories and perspectives from his surfing days, further cementing his role as an influential voice in the surfing community. Carroll's charismatic presence led to appearances in television commercials, most notably a series of Miller Lite beer ads in the 1980s. In these commercials, he portrayed a happy-go-lucky, perpetually jobless surfer, a role that resonated with audiences and showcased his humorous side.
Well, I finally did it. I've given up this surfing life and gone out and gotten a real job. You can do it, Corky. Whoa. And to celebrate, my pals here sending me off with a little party and some light beer from Miller. Light's taste is way cool, and it's less filling. And I can't afford to get filled up because I've got to go to work tomorrow.
Light beer from Miller. Everything you always wanted in a beer, and less.
See you later, Corky.
Yeah, it's a tough job. Someone's got to do it.
Corky Carroll's adventurous spirit led him to explore the globe in search of the perfect wave, surfing renowned spots from Hawaii to Mexico. His passion for innovation was evident in his collaboration with Hobie Surfboards, where he designed the Deadly Flying Glove model, a board celebrated for its unique design and performance characteristics. Beyond surfing, Carroll's athleticism extended to other sports. He spent 6 years as a professional tennis coach and a couple of years as a ski instructor, showcasing his versatile talents. Carroll also ventured into various professions, including roles as a bartender, lounge singer, and advertising director for Surfer magazine. In the early 1980s, he gained national attention through a series of Miller Lite beer commercials, portraying a carefree surfer, which resonated with audiences and highlighted his charismatic presence.
You know, I made an important decision. I think it's time I gave up this surfing life. I mean, I still go to the beach just about every day. Then I just hang out, drinking light beer from Miller. Not getting filled up and grooving on life's great taste. But maybe it is time I tried to make something of myself. Time I gave all this up and went out and got a real job.
These diverse experiences underscore Carroll's multifaceted personality and his enduring impact on surfing culture and beyond. Corky discovered Las Saladita, Mexico, through a painting he saw in a restaurant window in California. The artwork depicted an idyllic left-peeling wave with a cantina and palm trees, sparking his curiosity. This serendipitous encounter eventually led him to relocate there, where he has lived for nearly 2 decades. Today, Corky Carroll resides in the serene coastal village of La Saladita, Mexico, where he continues to embrace the surfing lifestyle that has defined much of his life. His daily routine typically begins with morning surf sessions, taking advantage of the renowned left-hand point break that La Saladita offers. This wave, often referred to as the machine for its consistency, provides an ideal playground for surfers of all levels. Beyond surfing, Carroll immerses himself in various creative pursuits. He spends time painting, drawing inspiration from the natural beauty surrounding him, and continues to engage with music, a passion that has been a significant part of his life since his early years. Evenings are often spent enjoying the picturesque sunsets with his wife Raquel, reflecting on the day's activities and the tranquil environment they call home. Carroll remains an active figure in the surfing community, offering surf adventure packages to enthusiasts seeking an authentic experience in Las Saladita. Despite his success, Corky Carroll faced serious challenges. In 1998, while surfing in Hawaii, he suffered a major spinal injury, herniating all 5 discs in his back and rupturing both hernias. The injury kept him out of the water for a long time, causing weight gain and lasting mobility issues. Even today, he must be careful with lifting, bending, and twisting, as it can worsen the injury. This wasn't his first setback. Years earlier at Pipeline, he was slammed into the reef, starting his back problems. Despite the pain, Carroll found ways to adapt, using massage therapy and being mindful of his movements. His determination and love for surfing have kept him going, no matter the obstacles. Guests are treated to personalized coaching, local insights, and the opportunity to share waves with a surfing legend. Reviews highlight the comprehensive nature of these adventures, emphasizing the combination of great waves, camaraderie, and the unique charm that Carroll brings to the experience.
I jumped into the bottom at Surfing Pipeline a long time ago and kind of started the whole thing. And then I had a real bad injury surfing in Kauai about 12 years ago. And I herniated my L5 disc very bad and popped both my hernias at the same time. So I was out of the water a long time, gained a bunch of weight, and it's never been right since. I can't pick up anything heavy, and I definitely can't pick anything up and twist at the same time. I have to be very careful even picking up my board. If it's behind a chair or something like that, I cannot like bend over, twist, and pick it up, even though the boards are light, because it'll just re-aggravate the injury that I had from before. And I've been dealing with this now for about, well, that part of it for about 12 years. I used to be happy and feel good. And sitting in these chairs makes me happy and feel good.
His home in La Saladita reflects his deep love for the ocean. With easy access to world-class left-hand waves, it's both his personal retreat and a welcoming spot for fellow surfers. Carroll's journey to finding this paradise was unexpected but life-changing. A chance encounter with a painting of a perfect wave sparked his curiosity, leading him to La Saladita. Since then, this peaceful surf haven has become a huge part of his life and legacy, allowing him to live his dream every day. In La Saladita, Corky Carroll has found a harmonious balance between relaxation and adventure, solitude and community, continuing to live a life deeply connected to the sea. Corky Carroll's life reflects a deep dedication to surfing and a commitment to living authentically. His contributions have left an indelible mark on the surfing world, inspiring generations of surfers to pursue their passions both in and out of the water. He was instrumental in popularizing the sport, bringing it into the mainstream through his competitive success, media appearances, and charismatic personality. His pioneering efforts in professional surfing paved the way for future generations, and his influence is still felt in the surfing community today. Corky Carroll's journey, from pioneering professional surfing to embracing a life dedicated to the waves, is truly out of this world. His story exemplifies the boundless possibilities that arise when passion meets opportunity, inspiring surfers and dreamers alike. Join us in celebrating his remarkable legacy. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more inspiring stories.